kind of a hard time thinking what else we might want to put up here. We have
You could
a,
have a button that says, I mean, I like these ideas very much, resources for study participants. That might have a PDF of a hot flash diary, it might have, I mean, there'll be things that, like study handbooks and things that we send people home with that they might want to access again.
They'll have those come.
So, I keep thinking about ideas.
yeah, all right.
Could be a whole section on that.
Would we ever want to include something like for healthcare providers so they can download like a brochure or flyers?
That's a good idea, you could do that.
So the only other thing I can think of is that before the site actually goes live, that we should have somebody at each site review the information to make sure that there's anything there that's incorrect or.
And I'm just wondering how I've worked with the webmaster before is that I just type what I want as far as out on a Word document and then send it and then copy paste and that way we don't have to edit. You know, it's our responsibility to edit for each site.
Well, it depends if what you want is just a link to a file or whether you want to display it as HTML.
Right.
If all you want is a file, then a link to a file, and I can just create a link and I don't do anything to the file.
Right, but if we're going to write the parts that's describing our site.
If you send me a Word document and I can, and you want it as, and we want it as HTML, then I'll wrap the HTML
Right.
around the Word document and paste it in.
So I'm trying to think about a process that might work for you guys to interact with Scott efficiently around developing the site as part of your website. And I'm going to steer away from big conference calls here and suggest that when you guys are ready to suggest some content to Scott, that you contact Debbie Delaney and ask her to set up a conference call between you and Scott. If you want a person to consult with you from the GCC, ask for somebody.
Well,
Is that okay?
And do you just want to give us a template for the site information? Like, do you want us?
Well, Julie can do that.
I can develop
Yeah.
something kind of like Boston's, and then when it's done, we can send it to you, and then you can tinker away and say
Okay.
whatever. And maybe like just in a Word doc, so that,
Yeah.
you know, and then just looking at this page and something like that. Maybe we could do that as we develop things, and you could completely change it if you wanted to, or, yeah.
Okay.
I think my sense is that if all you're doing is sending the information like you want on your site, probably we don't need a
Have a call at all.
conference call, that you can send an email and I can take it and put it up and you can look at it, and if you don't like it, you can send me another email.
That's even more efficient.
Now, if there's something, if there's like a major section that you want to add to the site that isn't there, or you want to revise something, then maybe there would be a conference call, but we'd probably have one pretty quick. So, Julie, is there anything else that you think we should say?
I think just that it's all potential. I mean, let's make this work really well for the network and for each of your sites. And, you know, we just encourage you to think creatively about it, and we'll do whatever we can to make it the most useful for you.